What's happening, YouTube? Just got out, did some voting, voted for my mayor, and then there was a chairperson or something that was also on the ballot. There wasn't a whole lot of ballot stuff to do as far as Eaton Rapids, so I voted for Stephen Platt, and I also voted for whoever was on first chair or whatever that was. There's only one person going for that, and then there's about 4 or so going for mayor. So, not a whole lot going on today. Took my daughter out. We went up to the coffee shop. Went up there. Double stamp day. Hit up the Quality Dairy and got a donut. Other than that, we went up and we voted and came back home. She took a nap. Took her to daycare. Now I'm here. And a lot of people have been asking me why I write the stuff I write. Some of which they consider kind of damning, if you will. I don't personally think it's that damning. I think a lot of my work focuses about trustworthy issues. Like you got people like Norris in the Biz and Jericho and Hold On. These are people that are police and detectives that you should be able to trust, but they have so many screws loose that it's just a facade. You've got people that are absolutely nuts that should be the public defender. And that's a friend of mine, Crystal, got me, we were talking about how I made the statement, you should go out and vote today. This is something you should do, as a citizen. It's your God-given right that you should be able to go out and vote, And she says a lot of the voting is predetermined. We got Bush for 2 terms and pretty much got screwed. I mean, the American people got thrown to the ground and basically dragged down the road with chains by a semi. It's the screwing of the American people. It's over and over again. I made the statement that I don't think it's that cut and dried for something as simple as a mayoral election. And who knows? Hopefully it's when you're closer to home, when it's just a mayor, kind of more of a MC of sorts that just kind of goes through the motions governmentally. I don't think it's as big of a deal, but when you're going for something presidential, I think a lot of that, I believe she's right, a lot of that is pretty much, we already know who we want and this and that and the other thing. It could be that the whole Obama presidential thing was rigged. Maybe they had it in their head that he was already going to win. So who knows? But as far as mayoral, I don't think there's that big of a discrepancy. Could be wrong. I've been wrong about other things before, but I don't know. Been working on the Biz. That seems to be going pretty well. My wife doesn't think it's one of my strongest pieces of work. I don't know, maybe it's not. Who knows? I don't really care. As long as the fans are loving it, that's all I really care about. If she doesn't like it, it's more of a male geared book than anything, I would say. You've got Brett Baxter, who is he's a good guy. And his niece, Sally Baxter, was staying with him because he asked his brother if he could borrow some money to pay his back rent. Well, his brother just said, I won't loan it to you, I'll just give it to you. He's like, really? You give it to me? He goes, sure, on one condition. You're going to watch my daughter for, a week, 10 days, whatever, and when I come back to get her, I'll cut you the check, or I'll cut you the check beforehand, doesn't really matter. So he gets a check from his brother, and his landlord is now happy. Well, as he cleans up this terrible mess that his niece left for him, he uncovers a brand new looking book bag under her bed. He pulls this book bag out from under the bed and opens it up to reveal a high-def camcorder, which he begins viewing. Unfortunately, it is the brutal rape of his niece. See, what happened is, the whole time she was with him, she was doing let's get on point here. This niece of his is disabled. She's practically mentally retarded. She's just about as valuable as a deaf mute, okay? She doesn't talk. She has a hard time listening. And basically, she's just a pain to have around, sorry to say. Well, she ends up doing a bunch of things in his care, ultimately killing his rat named Charlene. Okay, he loves this rat. So when she kills this rat, she wakes up in the morning and his dictionary, which was on the top of the rat's cage, is in Sally's room. He hears her scream and he goes running, and she's beating this rat to death with a dictionary. Unfortunately, this rat didn't even die. It was in such pain he decided to have to break his own rat's neck. Okay? And you can check this on my MySpace, by the way. myspace.com/Joel Krupa. You can read all my work there. Anyway, she kills his rat and ends up running out of the... He screams and hollers at her. She runs out of the house. And he's upset. He's really angry about this. And she ends up running out of the house, and he's just kind of like, whatever, you know, he's so heartbroken about this Charlene. And he wakes up, and he hears the door slam, and she's back home. He's like, you know, I'll talk to her later. Well, he finds this brutal rape of his niece, and it's terrible, it's heartbreaking. And he decides to go to the police about it. Unfortunately, when he does so, he's given to a detective before he really divulges much about this this rape, and Detective Norris is a perpetrator in this rape. So without ruining this any further, there's tons of twists that abound. There's really cool death scenes, and I hope you'll enjoy it. So get out and vote today if you haven't done so, and read some of my work. Alright? Thanks for watching. Bye.